Hey guys, what's going on? Good afternoon. Capra here with your daily recap for today, Monday, June 19th. Hope you guys had a great trading session. And so as we talked about in the morning call, the markets were indicating higher and the S&P came out swinging here, gapping up and continuing to push up and close at the top of this range near these all-time highs, 52-week highs. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens here tomorrow. Do we get follow through here or does it get rejected? Now, one thing I will be watching is the fact that, let me go to the 15-minute here, you can see it a little better. The fact that for most of the day we spent going sideways here, creating what will be a level of, if we break higher, support. So in the morning, you can see the gap up, pushing higher into that resistance. And then, as I said, we spent the rest of the day pretty much sideways in this range up here, which is an indication of increasing demand. So that does suggest we move higher here in the coming days. We'll, of course, have to see how that plays out. Looking at the Russell, it was also a pretty strong day for the Russell as it continues to bang its head up against this resistance. However, we are seeing a series of higher lows recently, which tells us that demand continues to increase here time and time again as we continue to fail to make new highs or break above this recent range. The fact that we're seeing these higher lows does indicate things are kind of coiling up and getting ready to presumably break higher. So we'll see if that happens. As far as the Qs, they're really not worth looking at. I mean, we can pull them up, but they had a strong day, but they've been weak relative. And as I said in the morning call, if they just kind of are able to hold themselves together, that would be a positive overall. So really, financials were strong. They came out swinging also, gapping higher, actually poking above these recent highs. Weren't able to close above that level, but still a really strong close and looking like it wants to move higher as well. So that's going to be a positive indication. And also, IBB was really strong. So that is another solid piece of information that does suggest things are healthy overall and could continue to move higher. And in addition, we had USO, which I mentioned we have to continue to watch this for additional weakness. And in fact, it was weak here today, coming down towards $9. And so we'll see if it continues to fall. We got crude oil inventories on Wednesday. That'll probably be a key number to be watching for. But overall, does not look like there is much of a bottom here in oil. So we'll just continue to see how much lower this thing can go. And then as far as gold, it's been pulling back in here, sitting on this 200-day right now. We'll see if we don't get a bounce. The fact that it really wasn't able to bounce very much is an indication of additional weakness. So we'll see how that plays out as well. But overall, like I said, it was a pretty strong day. S&P closing well. We'll see if it can break higher tomorrow and extend the gains. Otherwise, is it going to be just back and forth within this range? So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Until then, have a great evening, and we'll talk soon.